Hey, let's talk about stroke. Can we? Let's talk about TV. Let's talk about all the things behind the scenes. So can we talk about it? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hi, we're back. And wasn't that a great interview with Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, such a wonderful interview.
Wow.
Yeah,
he is
very interesting.
He is sexy.
Woo, yes, he is.
I'm still waiting for that picture, Tom. Well, what's the latest gossip, girl? What's going on?
Okay. Did you guys hear about the top chef on the Spew? Or should I say the Chew?
No, what? What happened?
All right. Mario Batali was just sued by his wait staff because he was stealing their tips. He has a bunch of different restaurants, and he was stealing his wait staff tips.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And he had to settle in the amount of $5.25 million.
Like, why was he stealing his waiter's tips?
I mean,
Come
Tom's
on.
kind of
That's-
I mean, let's be serious.
That's like dead presidents. Like, that's bank money. How do you steal $5.2 million
Right.
of tips?
Exactly.
Wow.
That's double the tax from everybody.
So how long was he stealing these tips?
Yeah,
That's
how
a
long?
time.
Exactly. That brings a lot of meaning to that old nursery rhyme. Who took the cookie from the cookie jar? Batali took the cookie from the cookie jar.
Who Batali couldn't be. Then who?
It was you. You did it.
We have proof.
Don't lie.
Well, we need to bring the soaps back, and so we don't have to deal with the chew.
Definitely.
True.
Definitely. And what about Hershey's?
What's going on with
Hershey's that lied to us and told us that they would retract their advertisements from these shows that have taken over our soaps, and they're still doing it. They're still advertising with them. What's that about?
Wow, yeah. What's that about Hershey's? What is that about?
I made
Wow.
promises before we stop eating the chocolate. And I need to lose weight too, so I need to stop anyway.
But,
Wow.
you know, while we're talking bad about Hershey's, why don't we support Kraft? Because I'm sure you guys have heard of this new show that ABC is doing, GCB.
What's that?
Oh.
What is
Or what it stands for is Good Christian Bitches.
No.
With the country girls and whatnot. Yes.
Lord. They
Kraft has taken their advertisements away from that show.
Wow.
Yeah. So at least we have one of these advertisers that
Go
are
Kraft.
supporting what's
Go Kraft. Hey.
Gotta
What
be
else?
about
What else is
something.
going on? What else is going on?
Stella, didn't you hear something about Wikipedia getting shut down?
Well, I know Wikipedia shut itself down because there was some sort of legislation that was about to be passed in Washington, and they wanted to protest against it. And so what they did for, I think it was for like a day or two, they shut it down. So you'd go to Wikipedia and you look at, let's say you're looking up Susan Lucci, her page appears and then it just like goes away. It went away. But
Wow.
it showed the power of the internet and the power of Wikipedia, the power of taking a stand, sort of like what we're doing with Let's Talk About Soaps. We're taking a stand. We want our soaps back.
Yes.
And Wikipedia took a stand, and as a result, that legislation was not passed.
Wow.
Yes.
And
Wow.
speaking of Let's Talk About Soaps and the stand that we're taking, if you guys remember, we said back in the summer last summer, I should say, when all of this stuff first started, when they first started taking the soaps off the air, we said, we want All My Children back on the air by September of this year.
No, we said it will come back
Yes.
by September of this year.
And
Yes.
if not, guess what? Agnes Nixon, who is an incredibly intelligent woman, had a clause saying that if the soaps were not back on the air by September, they would have to be given back to her.
Wow, smart
Wow,
lady.
that's great. That's good.
Smart.
Great.
Applause
yeah.
to Miss Nixon.
Yes.
Definitely.
Good thinking.
That is
Girl.
the name I remember from childhood.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Talented, right?
Agnes Nixon, she is the ultimate soap opera writer.
Writer.
She knows how to write soap. So that's a smart woman. She put it in her contract
Yes.
that it has to come back to her.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Something
the
gotta
soap
happen.
Right. And it's not just, you know, those soaps. We need to fight to get all of our soaps back. You know,
Yes.
Guiding Lights, As the World Turns, and we want them back by the new year.
That's right. You hear that? We're putting that out there. By the new
About
year.
to get
Okay.
crazy if it don't come
That's
back.
right.
And
So you hear that?
well, now, soaps are a special cultural art form in this country. They're like family to so many people.
Yes.
And just like Tom Beers was able to come back after 20 years, and he was welcomed with open arms by the fan base. People remember him from 20
Yeah.
years. How many actors are remembered after 20 years?
Right.
They, you know, they do a movie, they disappear, and you
forgotten
forget
about,
about it.
right.
But soap actors and actresses, they are remembered
They're
by
never
their
forgotten.
fan
Yes.
base.
Never
They got
forgotten.
the biggest fan base. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So speaking about soaps, what's going on at GH?
Yes, okay.
Yes, we all know that Robin is off. They killed her off.
General Hospital,
Yeah,
right?
Robin is
So
gone.
talk a little bit about what's recently happened.
Okay, well, you
Update
know,
us who haven't watched it.
One Life to Live. You know, One Life to Live. We have Todd and Natalie, and, Star,
Yeah.
and Blair. We have all these people coming from One Life to Live to General Hospital. So and now Sonny and Todd are going at it. They're both the villains on there, or whatever.
Well, you know, I have to speak about that. My mother is a One Life to Live fan, and she said that at first she was really upset that it happened, that the characters came to General Hospital, and then said it took her a while to understand why they did that. It was to give those characters life again.
Right.
So she said that, but it diluted the characters themselves, and it diluted General Hospital. But the solution is what we have here at Let's Talk About
Definitely.
Soap. Just bring it back. Just
Right, bring it back. But I don't
But the sad
understand.
thing is that they want to take General Hospital also. By September, they have a show with Katie Couric that they want to replace General Hospital. And this is something else that Let's Talk About Soaps hit, you know, back when hinted on that there was no way that Katie Couric was going to be able to go up against Sonny Corinthos. How
No
is
way.
Katie Couric going to be able to go up against Sonny Corinthos? And now the funny thing is, Katie Couric has seen what has happened to Oprah. How Oprah's fan base decimated once she turned her backs on the soaps. So now Katie Couric is like, you know what? I really don't want to replace General Hospital. So if you guys could take off one of those other shows, The Revolution or The Chill,
Wow.
and put General Hospital in their spot,
Wow.
and then let me follow General Hospital,
Wow.
that would be really, really good.
Another smart woman.
Because she knows
Should've come
that
against the soap fans.
Exactly. Don't go against us soap fans, because you will
We're not
lose
having
all
it.
your popularity. And Katie knew that, boy.
Don't let them kill the
Yeah.
genre.
Definitely.
Now, Laura, help me out. I love the fashion. Talk a little bit about the fashion on General Hospital. Who wore what?
Oh my God! There's some dressing people. Okay, Kate. She's into the fashion.
Yes.
Okay.
Kate.
And right now she's going through the
Couture.
personality thing right now. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Wow.
What-
the
what-
role
what-
they give her, she got a split personality.
Yeah,
now.
she's got a split
Okay, so what are her
personality now.
personalities? What is she?
She is Connie Falconeri from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
Okay.
Connie Falconeri, she takes no mess, all right?
And that's her original
That's
name.
her original name.
But
Okay.
she changed her name because she didn't want to be remembered from Brooklyn, or I guess she thought it was
Okay.
beneath her. But now,
So now she
going
changed
back
it
that way
to Kate Howard, the high priestess princess of the fashion world.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
she-
her clothing changes, her fashion
Yes.
changes
Yes,
depending on her
Right,
personality.
exactly.
Oh,
When
that's
she
a
goes
great-
into one personality, she dresses like Connie. When she reverts back to Kate, she is once again the high fashion priestess.
Right. She lets her hair down as Connie. She's like, that ain't me. She ripped
Right.
her clothes off and everything. I'm like, what?
Okay.
What's up with this girl?
And then, speaking of high fashion and these soaps and, you know, the originator of, you know, the high fashion and whatnot, you guys guess what is coming back
What?
to television?
Wait, I heard
What?
Dallas.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Dallas is coming back.
Viewings will be
Oh,
back
yeah.
Really?
on TNT.
Now, there's
yes.
some dressing
Okay.
people in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So when will this happen? Is this slated for September? When will we see?
Yeah, I do believe it's supposed to happen for the fall. You know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fall
When the
season.
fall shows start back up, basically.
Yeah, fall season.
Yes, the fall
Wow.
season. Thank you.
Wow.
Couldn't get that word.
Yeah. So, anything else?
Anything else going
in
on?
terms of, well, the big news is that Agnes Nixon has the power.
Yes.
She has the power.
That
That's
is
the
a
ultimate
smart,
news.
She
Yes.
will help to
smart
save yourself.
woman.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I guess, you know, just the last thing to say, you know, to all of our soap fans, all the soap fans is, you know, just please continue to support these soaps. You know, all the soaps, all the different channels, the soaps that are left on Channel 2, the
Yes.
soap that's left on Channel 4, the soap that's left on Channel 7. Support these soaps. These actors, they need our support in
Yeah.
what they do with the soaps and even outside of the soaps. They need our support, and let's continue to do that.
Yes. And let's be heard.
And from Boycott AB7, Yvonne and Dominique, thank you so much for your letter that you gave us to read to Tom Beards. He really appreciated, and we really appreciate all the work that you do to keep our soaps alive.
Yes.
So thank you so, so much for that.
Thank you. Until we meet again, well, let's talk about soaps. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Talk about it.